Good morning, viewers. Welcome to Global Entertainment News Breakfast Show, your daily dose of news and updates. I am your host, Bella, and joining me on the studio today are
Usola.
So,
we are taking today's top story from Punch and Vanguard newspaper. And today's top story from Punch, gospel singer pledged not guilty to killing Nasarawa copper. Gospel singer Temileyin Ajayi, the suspected mother of Salome Adeidu, has pledged not guilty to the killing of the National Youth Service Corps member who died a few weeks ago at his residence. The Nasarawa State Police Command arrested him on January 12 and charged him to court for culpable homicide punishable with death. According to the police, the suspect pledged not guilty to the killing of Adeidu when he was arraigned before Justice Senion Aboki at Court 2 in Lafia on Monday.
well, this case of Timileyin Ajayi, it's a very sad one, I tell you, because I don't he has actually come on an interview already saying that he killed. He was asked, "Did you kill Salome?" He said yes. So I'm now surprised him now going to court and now pleading that he's not guilty for killing Salome. I think this is a work of his lawyer. Probably his lawyer is giving him the legal advice to say, okay, oh, you are not guilty, plead you're not guilty. So he's going to reduce the sentence or something like that. But in the interview, he was also asked if why did you kill the girl? He said the girl was she was always demanding or something.
And she was also cheating.
Apart from that, he said they don't really see frequently or something. I don't think that has more reason for you to just. I think he has been doing this for a long time, even before he was caught.
You came out on an interview, you said, you are the one that killed this lady with your reasons, and now you're coming out to say, okay, you're not guilty again. Like,
He pledged not guilty.
I just advise the girl's family, their lawyer, they should take more action on it. If not, the guy will just go like that.
Well, in his own that he was already arranged for the court where he was being pledged not guilty. I think that the misconception between this is that the family of the girl does not actually have
Have a good lawyer.
to stand for the girl, and then they actually make it up. It seems like it's a kidnapping. You know, he's a gospel singer, and then they're not going to see it as if that he's a kidnapper, but
But the head was
he has
found
already
with him.
he's been famous of the gospel singing, and then the family of the girl actually trying to say that the girl was a victim of kidnapping. So if the court is going to ask the family of the girl, do you know all the boyfriend of your sister before you say that she was guilty of kidnapping? They are going to say that they don't actually know all of them. So I think that is where the misconception actually came up. They have to stand on the line that when they already hear Temile say that the girl is his girlfriend, they have to stand on that fact that they never believe that their sister's boyfriend can actually do this to him. And then that would be a very corresponding in the court. So you can't actually twist it because they believe that he's a gospel singer. He already claimed that the girl is his girlfriend. So the family of the girl can't just turn it around and say that she's a victim of a kidnapping. I think that is where the issue of misunderstanding between because the Temilai lawyer now is going to stand and say that the girl is his girlfriend and then he caught her cheating on him. So that was what led to his anger.
To kill her, no matter what.
Yes. Now he's going to feel like the lawyer is actually taking a bribe to try to defend him. But right now they are going to have a point to defend him that the girl is his girlfriend. It's a misunderstanding between the both of them. Let's move on. Dangote refinery to receive 12 million barrels US crude reports. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery is awaiting up to 12 million barrels oil from the United States. The African reports reported on Monday the refinery restored to crude importation as local supply challenged hindrance the new 20 billion naira refinery. $20 billion refinery pushed to reach full refining capacity. Recall that the refinery planned to reach its 650,000 barrels per day capacity in June this year. However, the low crude supply from the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited is currently a challenge to this plan to ramp up daily production.
Well, I think this improvement by Dangote refinery to me is a plus to the nation, because if the US now are now bringing their own
Crude
crude
oil.
oil to the refinery for them to process it, I think it adds more to our GDP in the country. It
But
will
it's
increase our.
actually it's a plus for Dangote because it's a private sector and he's also working on his own business and then trying to sell petroleum to other foreign and African country. But it's also a challenge to us Nigerians that is actually also on the news and a major topic that we also have a crude oil in our locality. We can't actually expect that to be something of a proud that okay the refinery that is being built in Nigeria is now has to import 12 million barrel of crude from our US.
No, I don't think it affects Nigeria. It's not. Nigeria have their own crude oil. This one is their own crude oil.
Why
This is
can't
this is the US crude oil that they got probably from Saudi Arabia or other part of the country,
yes.
because they feel that okay, instead of them taking it to another country for refinery, maybe Nigeria has a low value. They will look at their dollar rates
Yeah.
and bringing it down to this country. Because if you say you
If
want,
you pay them,
if you say you want to import, if the US say they want to import this crude oil to another European country, they will spend more because EU is more higher than dollar. They felt okay, bringing it down to Nigeria, their expenses is going to reduce. If they are to use $1 million to do this, and if they take it to Europe, they will have to use close to 3 million naira to do it. So they have to bring it down to Nigeria. They will use less than $1 million naira to do it. So this thing is called business. It's
Yeah,
understandable
I
because
know it's a business between Dangote and the US crude company, but it's actually talking about the Nigerian NNPCL that is actually in a shortage or in a challenge of providing a crude oil at the moment.
no, it's the issue here is that the NAPCCL they are looking at it as if Dangote is kind of taking in their customers or
The
something.
advantage.
Because one, a country like US will not see something that is better for them to use than going somewhere they will have issues. And the kind of time that we finally use to find this, it should be shorter than the time Nigeria NNPCL take for them to refine it. So they now see it as a good measure partnering with Dangote. And I know the NNPCL will not find it funny, because they will feel okay, these people are people that have been giving us
yeah.
income before and to affect them. But I think it's a good one, sha. To me, I follow anything good is what I follow.
Well, Dangote is running his own business. Let's move on. Kogi doctors protest manpower shortage. The Association of Resident Doctor Federal Teaching Hospital, Lokoja, Kogi State, embarked on a protest on Monday to demand the recruitment of more doctors. The association, during a protest held on the premises of the hospital in Lokoja, lamented that workers were suffering and had to work extra hours due to shortage of personnel. The protest doctor also demanded the immediate restatement of its suspended president, Mr. Jimo Umar. Dr. Jimo was suspended for action he took as the head of the union in 2024 protest against the management of the hospital.
When people are not comfortable with the payment, why would they stay? Imagine doctor like shortage of
Workers that
workers.
in Nigeria now because of the economic and then the low payment of
Yeah.
all that the inflation that is hiking. I think that most people would rather try to save enough of money to fly out of the country because they know that that is where that pays doctors and nurses most because some people are even in this health facility and then they are still trying to gather some money so that they can fly out of the country to find a better a greener pasture
So for
that is
them,
it and that is one of I feel like if this thing continue there's a whole lot that is going to be happening in the health sector. People that are going to lose their life, doctor as well, and the nurses because the overworking is going to crack so much of them because they won't have time to
the
rest for
stress
exactly.
they
So
go
it's going to be
through,
too much.
and now the money sef is not even enough for
It's
them.
not enough. Let's move on. Prospective copper member killed in routine Ebony NYC camp. At least one prospective member of the National Youth Service Corps was killed in a fatal road accident that happened Ebony on Wednesday. The deceased female protest corps member was was among a group of 12 protesting members. Let's talk about that copper that actually lost his life. Is actually a tragic incident.
Well, it's a sad one for the national youth club copper for having that sad story because I just pity or imagine how the family of that particular person is going to be feeling now because just imagine someone being nurtured from nursery school, secondary school to primary
Down
school
to
to university.
university.
After finishing everything, now you have to move straight to serving your nation, and we went through that kind of situation. Just imagine how that person is going to be feeling and how everything is going to be going through right now. But I expect the I expect the people in charge of
24.
this coppers I don't know the word to use. There's supposed to be a, a committee in charge of casualty when it comes to coppers and everything. I believe they should have this um,
Road
souvenir or
road accidents.
complimentary
Talking
or
about road
compliment.
accidents.
No, not that. I mean, when it comes to casualty, there should be a committee formed for all this kind of thing because these things are going to happen. They are
Yeah.
going to happen. So I believe there should be a committee set up for compensating any people that have
Family
The
family
member.
family
members
and
that
all
have
that.
casualties like this.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah.
sad news.
Yeah, they're actually serving the country, so I believe the government will actually stood up for them and then try to support the family at this tragic time. Today's top story from Vanguard: how price of rice rose from 25,000 in 2,500 naira in 2000 to 105,000 in 2024. The Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) and Rice Farmer Association of Nigeria made history on January 18, 2002, when they co-launched the Me Rice Pyramid on the premises of Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, strategically located on the Airport Road, Abuja, Nigeria capital. It was a celebration of success in the production of rice. Nigerian number one staple fund, rice production, had been specifically targeted by the CBN, then under the leadership of Mr. Goodluck Emefiele. Godwin Emefiele through the ACO of Borough Progress Programming (ABP), an initiative through which the CBN expressed determination to assist Nigeria grow their food rather than spending scarce foreign exchange on the importation of food items that can be produced in the country.
See, in
2000 it
2000
was
now,
2000.
2000 it was 25, and
Yes,
now that we are speaking, it's 105.
it's 105,000 in
Like
2024.
Nigeria, God.
Well, they actually, should I say, Nigerian rice farmers.
Should we say they lack rice farmer? It's not as if they lack rice farmer.
We are still producing local rice, but it's actually on a, how will I say it, on the expensive side right now. There is still local rice and there is foreign rice, but
People tend to eat the foreign rice more than the local rice.
yes,
Do you
but
understand? So we
yes,
can't say there is no rice farmer. People tend to eat the
but there are
foreign more
still
than
people
the
that goes
local.
for the local rice,
Yes,
but
and
now
because
it's
it's what they
quite
can afford.
expensive.
Well, it's the one of the reasons why we have issues of farming and cost of food product high like this. Because if a country where the economy is not stable, there is no light, there is
No
cost of
security.
high fuel price. Just imagine these people bringing this in from a particular place. The amount of logistics they spend on transport to bring the product from a particular place to a particular place. All these things are what they are going to look into. If the government can look into electricity, look into fuel, look into road management and everything, I believe all the cost of all these things will reduce because there will not be any reason for the farmers to come outside and say, okay, oh, this is the reason why this is expensive. Because now they'll be looking at the manure they are buying
Yes, the
to the
fertilizer.
fertilizer. And but those people who sell fertilizer also will look at the expenses they make in doing this. If all those things are cut short, in 6 months, a year, all these things will
Come down.
come down to its normal price.
Well, the government is the one that we actually needed to cry. So I know that because right now we have a whole lot to actually put in place. We have a whole lot to put in place because one of the major things I don't feels like a country should be lacking is access to food. Because you kind of a food price should not be so high to the point that a layman cannot even afford it because it's going to cause a whole lot of health issue in the population, and the health facility as well is not even on a good state that is going to be like, okay, when this health issue occur, there's going to be where that those people can go to. So the government needed to step in into this. Whatever they feels like they are doing within themselves to make the country better, they should do it in a good way that is going to favor everyone. Let's move on. Price of cooking gas drop 13.3% to 16,250 investigation. The average retail price of refilling a 12.5 kg cylinder of liquefied petroleum gas, otherwise known as cooking gas, dropped by 13.3% on a month on month. Base to basic to 16,250 in January 2025 from 18,750 in December 2024. Checked by Vanguard shows that the price of 1 kg of gas dropped by 13.3% to 1,003 from 1,005. A visit to someone accredited gas plant shows that the price of a kg was sold at 1,250, while other retail the product at 1,004 per kg.
Well, it's a good update for this be dropping now because some people are still selling their gas as high as more than 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now that the government has come out to tell you that okay, this is the actual price of
a cooking
the
gas.
cooking gas are actually dropped by 30.3%. It's a good one for the nation. At least we can
Gas
meet
can reduce.
some people that don't have enough to fuel. Most layman fuel 1 kg. It's
Yeah.
very hard for you to see someone that say, okay, I want to go to the market and fuel 12.5 kg, fuel the whole cylinder of the gas. Except the probably the person is working for a company or it's a
Is
food.
comfortable,
And
and then
apart from it, it's very hard for you to see a family and household say they are going to fuel 12.5 kg of gas and put it in the house. It's very hard for you to see that kind of person, except that person is financially stable enough for you to say, okay, I want to fuel my gas cylinder, especially those using those long gas cylinder.
Cylinders.
Very hard for you to say, "Sir, I want to go and fuel," except the person is using it to cook, probably in an eatery or something. So I believe
well,
these things are the kind of things
we
we
still
need to
have
take
to
care.
encourage our government to actually reduce the price a bit more lower because there are people right now that are already opting for this charcoal stove and then firewood as well. And then some of those things are what they say that is actually dangerous to the eye and then to the health as well. And then the government needed to try their best in whatever they are doing. They should please assist us in whichever way. Yes, I know some of the Nigerian citizens are quite greedy and then they wanted to be self-centered. When the government says that it should be sold for 1,000 naira, they prefer to have their own gain out of it. So we need to cooperate within ourselves, we don't gain, but at the same time consider other
The
people that
others.
does not have much. Put it at the same price. If you know that this is the amount you are going to gain from it, then you know that you have already gained enough, but not expecting to gain at least 50% of out of what you already got. So let's move on. Death of 2 years old in school's pool. We are cooperating with police, schools management. The management of Smiling Kids Metisolo School in Sangotedo area of Lagos State has expressed sadness over the death of a 2-year-old preschool child who died in a school pool on January 15, 2025, saying it was cooperating with the police for a thorough investigation into the tragic incident. Recall that there have been a controversy over the actual cause of the preschool child. Ra- Rachel's Odobo, as her parent, claimed that she was electrocuted and thrown into the pool to make it look like drowning. That was since on the 15th of January that this investigation.
Has
Well,
been
I
going on.
actually applaud the school management to say that they are cooperating with the school because they don't want it to make it look like
It was there that killed the
it
child.
was their fault. They have to make sure that every investigation is being taken so that the parents also can have a trust in them that accidents can occur as well, but at the same time, I expected a tight security. If the school is okay, there should be a CCTV camera that is going to bring out whatever that happens to the 2-year-old child. The mother is in pain now. She lost her child, and then what she never expected to happen happened to her. So it's a good step for the school to actually
I think the police authority should make things easier for them by going to the hospital, having an autopsy test on this child. Because Rachel Obodo cannot just since the school are saying she was actually drowned. If they take her for an autopsy, it's very easy for them to notice if the blood was actually dry. They will know that okay, it was an electrocution. And if the blood is still solid the way it's supposed to be, they should know the
Just
child was
drowning.
drowned. So all this fun and up and fun that we're having with the
It should take longer than this.
should just
yeah.
have a particular investigation done straight, call the management out, have a thorough take their
Investigation
statement, let them know what's really happening. I think the police should know what to do instead of beating
trying
front and back.
to beat front and back. Um, let's move on. Band A. Soaring electricity bill, blackout crippling NIMR's research activity, DG limits. The Nigerian Institution of Medical Research on Monday says it is facing a crippling electricity crisis with exorbitant bill reaching tens of millions of naira each month. The challenge, which is attributed to the two to new billing system, Band A, by Eco Electricity, is also threatening the institution effort to combat with endemic and emerging disease through medical research in Nigeria. Currently, the institution has been forced to implement drastic measures, including load shedding and seeking international assistance through donor funding of medical research to cope with the unsustainable cost.
Imagine after there is no light, you are still bringing bills
Bills.
worth millions of naira.
And this is actually in a medical institution, not just
Like it's just
Well, to me, I think it's very, very poor
necessary.
for the country to be actually be giving a
a
medical
medical.
research
Bills.
bill, especially the National Institution for Medical Research,
Because
giving them that kind of bill. If the government can't give the Senate, the House of Assembly, that kind
bills.
of bill, you can't give
The
the
point,
governor office that kind of bill.
the
Why giving
Asovirla,
why giving the medical people this kind of when you know they are the one in charge of saving lives?
Yes.
These people are meant to make research. You are impounding that kind of bill to people you know that they can't afford it. You are the one paying most of the government are the one paying most of all these salaries, paying all the when it comes to maintenance and everything. You are in charge of it, and you are imposing them with that kind of bill. Where do you expect them to pay over 10 million naira every month?
and the reading says that disclosing this during the monthly of journalists in Lagos, the Director General of the agency, Prof. John Obafowa, who gave details challenging for increased funding for the local research. The first bill in August was staggering 49 million, followed by 48 million in September.
Imagine. Should we sincerely Nigeria is just in shambles. Medical like the medical institution giving them bills. for light, whereas the
Well,
house work is there, the government house is there.
even if they wanted to give out bills, this is
It's just too much.
it's not supposed to be this too much. The life that they are saving, that and some of them
And
can
to crown it up, it's not as if the way they are paying the bills, they are seeing the lights.
no.
They're not seeing the light. They are buying petrol with they are buying petrol with their money, and they are still paying bills. These outrageous bills.
Well, Nigeria is, should I say, Nigerian leaders in every aspect that we expect them to actually lift up, they are putting us down every time, because in this situation, there are people there's someone that actually complained that it took his pregnant wife to do, and then they wanted to do cesarean section, and then guess the most funniest part is, since the gen is not working, there is
There's
no
no
light.
light. Jeez.
They asked him to get a petrol. He got a petrol, and then they find out that the gen
Gen is
has
not
spoiled, so they can't actually. So, like, he has to make a very fast move to move the lady from his wife from there to a private hospital, so that this is really
It's a
really
shame
unfair.
on Nigerian society.
This is really unfair. Nigerian government needs to do better in every angle. They has to do better. Like, seriously. Today. Thank you for joining us on the breakfast show today. I've been your host, Bella.